Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's going to run. He's in! Touchdown! Jalen Hurts! The Eagles are just devouring the Giants. And it is A.J. Brown again! Another touchdown!
Look left play. Welcome back to the Linc Lineup. Today is December 30th, 2023. We're recording at 4:45 Eastern. So whatever happened after this happens after this. We have no control over it, but we're happy to be back. Josh is, as you can see, is not with us. I believe he is visiting family back in the Philly area. So he should be back next week at some point. But today it's the dynamic duo of me and Bryce. But yeah, today it was weird. I was thinking to myself, it hadn't hit me yet, but tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and I was thinking to myself, the Eagles have 2 more games left of the regular season. Isn't that sad? Isn't that just sad to think about?
Yeah.
I mean,
this year's kind of flown by.
It has. And we went to week 3 together, and that seems like it was not too long ago.
Like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's flown by, and this is the saddest time, in my opinion, of like football, right? Because like the college football playoffs are starting up, and then like we're wrapping it up, and teams are getting bounced out of the playoffs. And so, like, if you are part of those teams, it's sad. Or maybe it's, you put out your misery. But, ultimately, I'm just glad the Eagles are where they're at, and we get more football after the season wraps up. But yeah, start with some news, I guess. Do you have the injuries pulled up, or
I can pull them up.
Bryce will pull them up. We got some good news, which I'll let Bryce talk about, and we'll kind of get into that. Just happened probably 40 minutes ago. So super excited about
the like full injury report of both teams.
No, just us. Let's put it out there. Full disclaimer: the Cardinals are banged up, by a lot. So, yeah. How about go ahead with the Eagles injury report?
So, this is based off Friday's injury report. Darius Slay, knee, he's still out. Pretty sure that was well known. Zach Cunningham, they actually changed. He was limited in practice. They changed him from questionable to doubtful.
Doubtful,
which sucks.
Damn it.
Nicholas Morrow, his abdomen was a limited practice, but he doesn't have a questionable beside his name. So my guess is he's playing. Albert Oku, I've been able to do it all year.
You've been solid all year, and now whenever the moment came up,
Okwe
Egbunam.
Yeah, hamstring, limited practice was questionable. They actually put him on IR, so his season's done.
What a shame.
Landon Dickerson, thumb injury. Well, he had a little surgery. He was full participant practice. And Avonte Maddox, pectoral, full participant practice. And the good news is they just elevated him from injury reserve. So Avonte's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's playing tomorrow.
Anything else before we talk about that big piece of news?
No.
Cool. So I tweeted it out not too long ago whenever the announcement got made. But, to some people, this isn't like the biggest of deals. But to me, I feel like it's a pretty huge deal. If Avonte Maddox can make it through the playoffs healthy, and then make it to the playoffs, obviously, healthy, it's huge. He is probably one of our more consistent cornerbacks that we have. And he's able to make plays. I know that I said it last week, but he's not going to let anybody kill him the way we've seen players just absolutely torch James Bradbury and Eli Ricks in the slot. So I'm excited to have him back. Yeah, ideal scenario is the starting three cornerbacks come playoff time is Darius Slay, Keely Ringo, and Avonte Maddox. It won't happen because they're gonna let James Bradbury play. But we're hoping and praying that James Bradbury doesn't play when the three of them are all healthy. So there's that. Bryce, are you ready for some more news?
Yeah, hit me with it.
All right. The Linc Lineup is happy to announce our newest partner, Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is a healthy energy and focus supplement created by Overpowered Labs. Their 0-calorie, no sugar formula is the perfect alternative to sugar-filled canned energy drinks and sodas. When you choose Rogue Energy, you are choosing great taste, elite energy, and unparalleled mental function, all wrapped up in a healthy drink. Make the switch to Rogue Energy today and use code the Linc Lineup at checkout for 10% off your purchase. If that name sounds familiar to you, Bryce, it's because I worked with them before. I hit them back up, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll give you a code. Go out there and do your thing." And so they've been awesome to work with, and they've always been nice whenever I talk to them and ask them questions. They have great customer service. I've tried many of their flavors in the past because they do send me some stuff. But blood orange and watermelon were my favorites when I tried them last. They constantly have new seasonal flavors when they come out with. So that's exciting. We're glad to have them on board with us. And then be on the lookout for more news. Probably in the next week or so. Got plenty of things that I'm working on behind the scenes. Let's see. Next up, let's talk about New Year's goals because I want to talk about where we are as a podcast, show, whatever you want to call us, and come up with some goals. Kind of let you guys know what we have planned. I know this first season has been kind of has been stressful as a fan, and then like we said last time, coming on here and talking about the Eagles and keeping up with the Eagles and all of that. This year has been a work. It's definitely felt like a full-time job sometimes, and I feel like I didn't give enough effort on the content side besides like the podcast itself. So going forward, I want to do more things like TikTok and Twitter, different like side things, just to keep you guys entertained because I feel like we have the personalities to do it. We just haven't done it yet. So be on the lookout for that. I do want to maybe do like a watch along to an Eagles game, probably if we can get it set up. Next week against the Giants. Definitely not doing it for a playoff game. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's not going to happen. Thought about doing it for maybe like the college football playoffs. I don't know. But I want to do that. I want to stream. I want to do set up my Twitch for this channel.
Chase, let me get your college football playoff prediction real quick.
Let's see.
Please don't break my heart.
Let's see. I think my gut's telling me I want to go with Bama just because SEC, but I don't know. I haven't watched enough college football to really tell you, but I feel like it'll be Alabama and Texas in the championship game, and then from there, I think Texas could win it. But
wow,
aren't they going to the SEC next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome to the SEC. It could be setting up for a rivalry for many years to come, especially if that is the championship game. But who you got?
You know who I got, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's Roll Tide this way.
Yeah, they actually bumped up the spread for the Bama Michigan game. Last time I checked, it was 1 point. Now it's 2. Michigan's favorites. But
Underdogs.
But yeah, we might stream that, watch that. I'm not sure, but definitely want to produce more than what we're doing now. Like I said, I think we're funny, and we can do it. And why not do it? Um,
Definitely think we need to do another draft show when that comes around in the off season.
yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Is we did a draft show last year. Um, I think with Josh, it was me and Bryce last year, and to be honest, I didn't do any type of like research towards the draft. Um, leading up
For
to it.
anybody listening, I'm usually the analytic person when it comes to off seasons and drafts.
Oh yeah,
I
you
definitely pay attention to it a lot more than Chase probably does. Chase is definitely the person that's more invested in a season and like living in the moment season. I'm definitely the type of person to look forward in the future and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't watch near as enough much college football as I used to, but I watch enough now to give my outlook on draft prospects and look at do some fan scouting for the Eagles.
for sure. Like we can do it. So that's the plan. We're gonna do mock drafts in the off season. Uh, we're gonna do like our, we're gonna keep the content coming. And so like if there's anything that you guys want to see, let us know. Because you know we can do it. We can probably do it. But that's why I want to head. This channel in particular is just kind of make more than just a podcast. Because I feel like we can do it. I feel like we can be successful, entertaining, and all that. And so that's where we're headed. In 2024, uh, and especially by the time next NFL season rolls around, we're going to have so much to do. Uh, we're going to be successful at doing it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time, and I'm happy that people who are listening to us now are going to be part of the ride. And we thank you for listening so far. But there's a lot of work to be done, and we want to do it. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. We just want to let you know that we're going to do a lot. We're going to do a lot more. I want to push out more content for you guys. Um, one last thing, I guess, before we move on, is we actually have a review on Apple Podcasts. Somebody gave us a review. Eagles fan forever. They said, a must listen. This is my first place to go each week to get up to date information and opinions on the Eagles. These three guys are hilarious and talking entertaining, easy to listen to way. Go Birds. Thank you to whoever that
Appreciate
is.
that.
That's very
Appreciate that a
nice.
lot.
Very nice. Thank you for saying we're entertaining. But thank you. And if anybody leaves a review, we'll read it. And, you can try to,
Good or bad.
yeah, we'll read it. We'll definitely read it. We might not read it out in here, but we'll read it for sure. But, uh, so did anything happen this past week that we can really talk about? Because I feel like we record on Wednesday, so that kind of screwed us up. Because usually this show is reserved for like middle of the week news, and then we talk a little bit about the first game. But I don't think there's much anything. The biggest thing to me, at least, was the whole AJ Brown thing. Um, he's been
You see his
quiet.
tweet?
Yeah, he's been quiet all week, and then he put that TikTok out. They tweeted about, I guess, what I call it. And he just doesn't want to talk to the media. Is what I got from it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, a lot of the media, there are some that I respect like a lot, and you've heard their names mentioned before on this particular podcast. But like there are some shitty like Eagles media, like reporters, writers, whatever you want to call them, that do twist words, and I wouldn't want to talk to them either. I'm not going to name them. But if you've been around long enough and you are on, I guess, that side of Eagles life, I want to call it that, you know who they are. I definitely don't follow them. And fun fact, I don't think ESP is one of these people that I'm talking about. He just we shun him because we think he's stupid, but I don't think he's one of the people that AJ is like referring to. But they do twist words, and I know that they would twist this to make this a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal that he's not talking. Um, I guess as a fan, I kind of wish that he would have like said something, just be like, "Hey, look, like we won, wasn't good. Not mad at the coaching staff. It is what it is. We'll get back to working, you know." But I think the TikTok that he put out there,
Kind of explained a lot more than what he could have said, probably, I think.
yeah, probably he just wants to play. He wants to win. He wants to do good, and so
He doesn't. If I was a player, and like in his instance, no matter what I say, it like you're talking, it gets to the point of like the media is going to twist anything that I do say just based on like because they can base it off anything. They could not even like your words, but like your body language and your mannerisms on how you present your words. They can take that and the media can run with it and they could say whatever they want on Twitter or in articles or whatever. But that's their job. Their job is to report things that they see.
and they want to get clicks too on all their
Yeah,
stuff.
I just kind of wish people would still realize that these people are human beings. They're not robots. Uh, they do this for our entertainment and to make their lives and their families' lives a lot better. Um, so any other bullshit that the media wants to portray, to talking about their character, talking about them as a person, that shouldn't come with the game that you grew up loving to play as a child. Because there's like a saying that goes around for anybody. It's more so. It was like one person can definitely ruin the game that you love to play, and whether that be coaches or another player, or even in this aspect, media members, they can. There's just a lot of bullshit that they've had to put up with this year alone. Um, from me, from more so a lot of big media members that they really shouldn't have to deal with. So I just think some of our beat reporters need to do a little bit better.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest examples from this past week was the Jalen Hurts quote, um, where he was like, basically like Eagle fans like shouldn't be loud on offense; they should be like loud on defense. I don't remember the exact quote, but when I don't know who was the first person to tweet it, but it was like, oh man, he's not he's not happy, and he's like going to battle against the fans is like something you don't want to do, just because it's like you, you won't win it. No matter how much influence you have, you won't win against any fan base really. Um, but somebody else then tweeted it like Jalen Hurts with a smile on his face said this. It was the same quote, and then somebody saw like somebody like showed the video of it. He wasn't angry. He meant what he said, but like he was like, it is what it is. Like, I was a fan one time pretty much, and I understand, but uh, it wasn't what some of the tweets had like portrayed him to be. And I feel like that's like AJ's thing is he doesn't want to be portrayed as something that he's not trying to be. And you know, I feel like with him not talking this past week, they painted him as like a villain. But at the end of the day, he wants to win. He, they practice a lot of the time throughout the year, almost every day. So like, it's not like a lack of effort.
Yeah.
He, but it is what it is.
If he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't want to talk. I mean, I don't. There's not much anything really anybody's gonna make him talk. Um, and it said like he politely declined to talk this week. It wasn't like he was being rude about it. Apparently, he was just, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's at least he's self-aware that like they could have done better. They should have blown him out. But I'd rather have him be the way he is now than be like, yeah, we have to win, and winning is like what we wanted to do. That's all we want to do. But like, recognize that you're the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the New York Giants. We should have beat their ass by a lot more than we did. I feel like that's a good sign. But it is what it is. But there hasn't been much news this past week because we recorded 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So we're here. My question to you, though, going forward to the next game is, what realistically could the Eagles do to like ease your mind a little bit, or like get some of your confidence back? Realistically, don't say the 70-0 bullshit. Like what are some things that they could do?
Um, the offense to consistently score, like consistently put together drives, string together drives, and get 6 points out of them, not just field goals. Um, just more so to me, just play an all around solid game instead of letting an opponent stick around and kind of keep them in the game. Because, excuse me, I feel like the reason that some of these games are so close is it's nothing that they're doing, it's everything that we're doing. Just we have to clean some stuff up, and this week is a good week to do it. Um, the next 2 weeks actually are a really good week to do it because you have some down competition these next 2 weeks, but the week after, or is it the week after, or is it like 2 weeks from now? Like after the season's over, the playoffs start. I can't remember how that works.
Oh, there's not a bye week, so it'd
Yeah.
go straight to it right after the Giants game.
Yeah. So it'd be the week after the Giants game. Your competition gets drastically better. So you immediately have to you got to start cleaning stuff up quick.
Yeah. To piggyback off you, since we're on the topic of the offense right now. So like if they do go 3-and-out, it is what it is. Not every drive is going to be a successful drive where it ends up in a point. But if we get 3-and-out, make sure you respond. Don't stall for a whole quarter, because that's what we've seen them do quite a bit here recently. Is be 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. Maybe you get a first down, but like we're not moving the ball. We're losing the field position game. Can't have that. I think if we can put drives like together consistently, and like Brian Johnson shows that he's finding like the groove and he's finding his rhythm, uh, that'd be awesome. And to also kind of stay on the offense, use the middle of the field. We have two talented wide receivers that can run almost any route on your route tree. Use them on everything. Try out anything and everything. This is the time to do it. Um, but yeah, like just stuff like that would help me out there. Defensively, I think getting home and actually getting some sacks would be huge. Um, this game, because I feel like we've been getting there. Our pressure rates have been up, but we just haven't been closing them out. Josh Sweat needs to get back on track. I don't know what's happened to him, but he needs to get to the quarterback. Same with Hassan Reddick. I like to see the young guys get their legs back and make a push, make some plays, because it's just these past couple weeks. Even Milton Williams hasn't been heard of lately, so there's that. Anything on the defense?
Um, I don't know because like I'm liking what I'm seeing from the defense, but um, like you're talking about, I think I think we're right in the middle of the pack when it comes to sack numbers. Um, but just for me, it's just the same thing as offense. Just play a complete game, like a clean game. Don't have any mental mistakes or any mistakes to kind of shoot yourself in the foot. And I'd like to see some turnovers because we've not really seen many of them this year. So, yeah.
I will say this. Even I don't know if I said it last week or last episode. But even though Shaq Leonard moves like us out there in the football field, I do love that he was trying to get everybody fired up.
He's the
It was
ultimate hype man.
it was very nice. Like he wasn't like like this and then like get ready. He was fucking letting it have it for like 10 seconds at a time. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Definitely something that we needed. And if he can continue to like kind of figure it out, kind of start moving, a little bit better. Obviously, he's limited to what he can do. And I feel like back surgeries will do that to you. But if he can kind of figure out how to move effectively, even with I guess like his limitations, he can be a solid player. He can be a solid contributor to this team. Um, but that's gonna be a huge question mark going into the playoffs. Is who's going to start opposite of Zach Cunningham? And so like Zach Leonard or not Zach Leonard, Shaq Leonard, your tryout is now. Um,
You think they keep Zach kind of sidelined until the playoffs?
I wouldn't mind if they did.
I was about to say, I'd kind of rather prefer it. Um, he's shown that he looks good when he plays. I mean, he's definitely our best linebacker, but he's kind of been hurt, dinged up this year. But it's not like injuries that sideline for a long time. He may miss a game or two here and there, but I think that hamstring has kind of been bothering him this year. That's the one that I've kind of seen linger around. But other than that, uh, me personally, I'd rather them keep him sidelined, keep him fresh for the playoffs because let's go through. So, what any playoff like matchups really wouldn't change after these next 2 weeks, would it? Or it could. I mean, yeah, it could, but
We'll cover that in 1 second because I actually want to bring up some of the stuff that we need to watch out for. Um, but on Zach Cunningham, my favorite thing about him is whenever he's in pass coverage and a smaller receiver runs at him and he gets his hand on him and he just throws him to the ground. He just presses him right to the ground, takes him out of the play. It's hilarious, especially on the all 22 camera. Whenever it's right there and you see him just ready, and receiver trying to break and he just throws him down, takes him out of the play. It's like, all right, that's a win right there. Sometimes he will get beat because he's trying to do it and he just misses. But like if he takes you out of the play, you're out of the play, and that's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
Definitely need it. Trying to think what would be easier, pulling up the playoff machine, or there's got to be something on there. Where do you? So like here's what I know. So a couple meaningful games for us to watch this week as far as playoffs go is if we want to keep the 1 seed, our chance at the 1 seed, we have to have realistically we need the Seahawks to win or the Rams to lose. Because if the Rams win, Seahawks lose, they clinch. They can't move up to the 5th seed. They're locked in at the 6th seed, I believe. So they have nothing to play for next week. Therefore, San Francisco would essentially get a free win. So Seahawks to win, Rams to lose. Rams play the Giants. I don't see that happening. Seahawks play the Steelers. Decent game.
Seahawks play the Steelers.
I believe so.
Oh, I thought
In
you're still in
playoffs?
regular season. I thought
Yeah,
you were
right.
talking about playoffs. I'm like,
Regular season. But,
what?
And then obviously the Cowboys Lion game that's happening tonight. Cowboys win. The Eagles.
You tuning into that?
Oh, absolutely. If the Eagles win out and the Cowboys win tonight, Eagles will have the 2 seed. If the Cowboys lose, Eagles clinch NFC East, first time since like 2004 that they're back-to-back champs. But they would need the Vikings to beat the Lions next week, and then the Rams to beat the 49ers next week as well to get the 1 seed. So, anything else that we need to cover for the playoffs? I know we talked about it, but you're cheering for the Lions, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we talked about that. We kind of had our own little talk there. I'm not cheering for the Cowboys. I'm not. whatever happens, happens, man. That's all I got to put it. That's how I got to say it. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. But there's obviously one thing I prefer to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, tonight the Eagles win. That's simple. Simply put, Eagles win tonight, no matter what happens. Unless there's like some weird ass tie and it doesn't help out anything. I'm not sure how that works out. But we'll see. Another game to look out for is if the Saints lose. I think they put the Bucks. If I'm mistaken. Saints lose, they are knocked out of the playoffs, and the Eagles will pick no worse than 47th. So they'll have 2 top 50 picks in the draft in April, which is pretty big. So, oh yeah, shouldn't have let Florida State in. By the way, Bryce. For those who are listening, Bryce has shown me the current score to the Georgia Florida State game. Florida's up 28-3. Florida State was incorrect in thinking they should be in the playoffs because they can't even compete with Georgia.
Or they only put up 10 points in the ACC championship game.
Yep, that too. That too. But yeah, so it's gonna be a fun weekend. It starts tonight. So we'll see what happens. What's next? Prize picks. We'll do the prize picks. Prize picks this week.
Is that what we're going with?
Prize picks.
That's going to be
the prize picks locks of the week this week.
There we go.
Last week, 5 for 6, so you still doubled the money you bet. Bryce did so. Last week.
Over that.
We can't get over it until this week ends. We got 6 locks for you. The lines may have changed, but we did post it. I submitted mine, and so whatever I submitted is what was happening at that time. If you follow us on X, the link to copy our picks are right there. You can just click on it. Takes you straight to the app and puts our little parlay together. So this week, Bryce's picks. Bryce has Jalen Hurts over 249.5 passing yards, and then Jahmyr Gibbs over 52.5 rushing yards. This week, Bryce picked rushing yards. He's had back-to-back weeks of running back with receiving yards. Bit him in the ass last week. Rushing yards.
Transition.
Yeah, rushing yards this week. Jalen Hurts over 249.5. It seems like a good pick. This seems like it should be a big over game for pretty much every Eagles player. If they don't do it, something bad happened.
Yeah, we probably lost.
Yeah. This week, Josh has decided to go DeAndre Swift over 69.5 rushing yards. That feels like almost a surefire hit with the way it's been going. That's me knocking on wood. He also has Chris Olave over 70.5 receiving yards. Chris Olave's been on a tear lately, and hopefully that continues. And then, of course, me. I got Devontae Smith over 58.5 receiving yards, which hopefully is a lock. And then I got to double check this because it says Justin Jefferson over 58.5. Is that true?
Over 58.5?
78.5. I guess I mistyped there, but 78.5. So that graphic is messed up. That's on me. But Justin Jefferson over 7.5 receiving yards. That is, these 2 picks that I picked are purely because of fantasy. Because I need them to go off, and if they do go off, that's nice. Yeah, there's that. And then I guess we'll kind of wrap up this episode. Is our picks for the game. Unless there's anything you want to talk about that we've kind of passed.
No, there wasn't a whole lot this week.
Yeah. Good news is that the Eagles do play at 1:00. So we may have a podcast right after the game. Who knows? definitely will be a quicker turnaround than normal, just because it seems like it's been prime time, Christmas, late afternoon. So definitely a quicker turnaround. But with that being said, we'll get to our game picks. Josh has the Eagles winning 31-17. That'd be nice. I would prefer more, but definitely nice. I feel like that's like the chalkiest pick in the history of picks, because I feel like I've picked that 20 times this year. But Bryce, what do you got?
38-10.
38-10. That'd be nice. That'd be something. That'd be something. The Eagles desperately need a game where they beat somebody's ass.
Yeah.
And this has got to be the game. If they can beat Giants ass next week and the Cardinals this week, great feeling going into the playoffs. I'm gonna go. I'm probably going with 31-10. I'm going 31-10. 31-10. Hopefully Trey McBride scores a touchdown. Maybe go off for like 272 yards, but one touchdown, no big deal.
God.
A career game. Fantasy, baby. That ass. But yeah, 31-10. I feel like that's good. That's good. What do you have win tonight? So are you locked into the line, or are you just hoping?
I'm locked into the lines.
All right. And then the Commanders play the 49ers this week. We can hope. We can pray. Probably not going to happen. But if the Rams lose tomorrow or Seahawks win, I have the Rams beating the 49ers in week 18. I have it happening, because I don't want to play the Rams in the playoffs. I do not want to play the Rams in the playoffs.
Really?
No, I don't want to. That is a scary team to me. Give that to the 49ers. Let them deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with it, because Cooper Kupp's want to figure it out. They got Puka, Kyron Williams. I mean, Tyler Higbee has had games, and then Matthew Stafford. I don't want to do it. I don't fucking want to do it. But that'll do it for this episode.
And good luck to everybody who's listening that's in their fantasy football championship this week.
Look, have fun.
Crazy week in this podcast. Me and my co-host here are actually facing each other in our money league for the championship. So
yep. Start out. We both went to the playoffs 6-8.
Yeah,
6-8.
I beat a 1 seed to get in. A terrible first game, and I can't remember what.
You beat a 4 seed or 5th seed? No, yeah, 5th seed, because all the lower seeds won. Because I beat the 2 seed, and then D beat Wesley, who was a 4 seed, and then Jake beat Logan, who's a 3 seed. But it was a top heavy league for sure. It was top heavy league for sure. Honestly, I barely won. Me and Bryce had nail biters. First round I won by 1 point, I think 0.9 points, and Jalen Hurts was my last hope, and then he threw the pick. I thought that the picks in our league were -3 points. They're -2, and so I snuck away. Plus, Jalen Hurts had that 20-yard run at like the last couple of seconds, which put me over the top. And then Bryce, last week was fun.
You want to talk about a nail biter, son?
Yeah, he had to worry about Christian McCaffrey not scoring a touchdown there.
Yeah,
towards the end.
I went into my matchup, I think losing. No, I was actually winning come Monday Night Football of the Ravens 49ers game somehow. My opponent had Christian McCaffrey left to play. I had Zay Flowers left to play. Actually DM'd Zay Flowers, and I said, I need a legacy game from you tonight. Zay Flowers had a legacy game. And the Ravens defense To me, I know it was kind of I know his stat line was still good, but Christian McCaffrey really wasn't a factor for for a lot of that game. And shout out to the Ravens defense. Shout out to the Ravens. You launched me into my fantasy championship, and I survived Christian McCaffrey and Amari Cooper somehow. I thought my season was over in like the 12 o'clock slot. I was like, it's done.
Yeah, I think this finals is it this goes like this. It's complete opposites teams. Bryce has what I feel like are super explosive players. They're boomer bust. And then I have pretty consistent players. My team is headlined by Amon-Ra St. Brown and Justin Jefferson. Bryce has like Kyron Williams. And who's your best receiver? Nico?
Probably Calvin Ridley
Exactly. Boomer bust.
and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey.
Exactly. Boomer bust. Because
I have Nico Collins, Drake London. Boom, literally boom or bust.
so so yeah, it's gonna be
Saquon
fun.
Barkley too. So
He can put up a stinker. He can put up a stinker real quick too.
he had a good game last week against us, fantasy wise.
Sure did. But yeah, I picked up Nick Foles. So I had to put him on the championship squad. So we'll see what happens with that.
Picked up Josh Gordon. Boom or bust, baby. Put up a stinker. He could put up 303 touchdowns.
Yep. That's exactly how this championship's going to go.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, good luck. May the best man win. Either way, we're winning money, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening as always. Like I said at the beginning, we got plenty more to come. 2024, we want to put a lot more effort into this because I feel like we could be great if we want to, and I want to. So be on the lookout for more content. With that being said, follow us on all socials at the Linc Lineup. Follow Bryce at I am Bryce Haynes. Follow me at Cardiac Chase on X. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, all those things, leave a review, leave a rating, do what you gotta do. Follow us, subscribe to us, whatever it is on that specific platform. Do that. We appreciate you. YouTube, we've picked it up. I know I said our like goal was 5 last video. We were at 6. So congrats to us. Congrats to you all for making me proud.
Shoot for 6 now.
We'll shoot. We'll stay with 5. We'll stay with 5 until we push like another benchmark. So thank you, YouTubers for stepping it up. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. With that being said, also like I mentioned, Rogue Energy, use the Linc Lineup for 10% off your purchase. Yeah, that would do it. Anything else I'm forgetting?
I think you covered it.
Oh yeah, go Birds.
Go Birds.